Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your agenda-free news. This is Jerome Hughes. Now, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, how is Kathleen Kennedy not fired from Lucasfilm? That's a question that a lot of fans, myself included, and people in the industry are asking, especially given the recent track record of Lucasfilm under the Kathleen Kennedy leadership. Now, one reason how Kathleen Kennedy is not fired is that Kathleen Kennedy has a strong industry reputation and connections. Now, we know Kathleen Kennedy isn't just some random executive. Now, Kathleen Kennedy, as you know, has been producing a lot of movies for decades, and Kathleen Kennedy worked on different classics like E.T., Jurassic Park, and even the past Indiana Jones movies. And the long list of different projects has earned Kathleen Kennedy a lot of respect in Hollywood. Now, over the years, Kathleen Kennedy has built the strong relationships with key players in the industry. Directors and producers and other influential people know and trust that Kathleen Kennedy. And these connections can make it difficult for Disney to go ahead and justify firing Kathleen Kennedy without causing a stir in this industry itself. Now, another reason how Kathleen Kennedy is not fired is a lack of a clear successor. Now, finding someone to replace Kathleen Kennedy isn't as simple as it sounds. Running Lucasfilm requires a big mix of creative vision, management skills, and industry knowledge. Now, Disney might not have found anyone who ticks all these boxes yet. Even if they find potential replacement, there's always a risk of, and if that's involved in transition to new leadership. And like Kathleen Kennedy, the new person might not be able to handle the job or might not be able to be accepted by the existing team, leading to more problems. Now, another reason how Kathleen Kennedy is not fired is that Kathleen Kennedy herself has personal relationships with key executives. For example, Kathleen Kennedy is married to Frank Marshall, a well-known producer and co-founder of Amblin Entertainment with Steven Spielberg. Now, this connection could add another layer of complexity. And it's not just about, firing an employee. It's actually about dealing with a powerful Hollywood couple. And also, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel a lot. Now, another reason how Kathleen Kennedy is still not fired is that Disney's focus on other priorities. Now, what I mean is that Disney, of course, is a massive company with a lot of different divisions. And right now they might be more focused on expanding the Disney theme parks or doing more content for Disney Plus. And these projects might be taking priority over addressing the whole Kathleen Kennedy issue at Lucasfilm. And Disney might be looking at the bigger picture. Bob Iger and Disney could be planning for long-term success and might even believe maintaining that stability at Lucasfilm, even with its current problems, is better for the overall strategy. But another reason how Kathleen Kennedy is not fired is that what some will assume that there's potential for a future success under Kathleen Kennedy, which I don't believe. Now, despite these recent setbacks, there's always hope for among some people that things could improve under Kathleen Kennedy, and Disney might believe that Kathleen Kennedy has the experience and eventually turn things around and bring success back to the franchise. Now, I'm having a hard time believing that, and we all know that's not going to happen. But it's best for Disney to cut their losses. It's not going to be easy, but firing Kathleen Kennedy will be a good choice. But Kathleen Kennedy has had different projects under her leadership at Lucasfilm, such as The Force Awakens, which failed, The Rogue One, which was a bit of a success. And now Bob Iger and Disney might be giving Kathleen Kennedy the benefit of the doubt based on these past success. Now, another reason how Kathleen Kennedy is not fired is that the different complex and internal politics happening. Now, high-level corporate decisions like whether to fire a top executive like Kathleen Kennedy are rarely straightforward, and there's a lot of likely internal politics at play, with different factions within Disney having their own opinions and agendas, and Kathleen Kennedy could be a part of that. And there could be power struggles within the company with different executives like Kathleen Kennedy and board members fighting for their own interests. And this makes the decision to fire someone like Kathleen Kennedy even more complicated. Now, another reason how Kathleen Kennedy is not fired could be how they can be afraid of potential backlash from the industry. And Kathleen Kennedy has a lot of supporters in Hollywood who believe in her vision for the franchise. Now, firing Kathleen Kennedy could lead to backlash from these different industry professionals, which Disney might want to avoid. And there's also the concern about how the public would perceive such a move. Now, it could be like seen as, a sign of instability within Lucasfilm and Disney, which might hurt their brand. But one more reason how Kathleen Kennedy is not fired could be the financial considerations. Now, firing Kathleen Kennedy could be very expensive, and Kathleen Kennedy's contract likely includes a hefty severance package or settlement. And Disney might be reluctant to incur these costs, especially if they believe that Kathleen Kennedy can still turn things around. Now, I was told that Kathleen Kennedy's contract is supposed to be ending around October later this year, but with so many things that's like ongoing projects and different investments, Disney might be operating under strict budget constraints, and they might prefer to allocate their resources to other areas rather than spending a lot of money on the changes in executive powers. Now, there are several reasons why Kathleen Kennedy has not been fired from Lucasfilm, and these include like Kathleen Kennedy and her, reputation and connections, the lack of having a clear successor under Kathleen Kennedy, and Kathleen Kennedy's personal relationships, as well as Disney's focus on other priorities and the potential for future success, and also the complex internal politics, fear of backlash, and even the financial consideration. Now, these factors add a layer of complexity to the decision making for why Disney might be hesitant to let Kathleen Kennedy go, despite these different challenges. All right, so what do you think about this whole thing with Kathleen Kennedy? I mean, personally, you all know how I am. Kathleen Kennedy is responsible for all the different failures of Star Wars, as well as Disney Star Wars and stuff. And the fact of the matter is, Disney, basically, Kathleen Kennedy destroyed Star Wars, okay? Kathleen Kennedy destroyed also a lot of other stuff, even with Indiana Jones and stuff. And the fact of the matter is, Kathleen Kennedy is no longer dependable. I mean, I'm also guarantee you that Kathleen Kennedy, they're scared to fire her because of the fact that, she got a lot of good dirt on a lot of these Hollywood elites and stuff. And if Kathleen Kennedy is fired, then she's going to go ahead and reveal all the names and stuff, as well as to what people they've been doing, what the bodies are buried to. But the fact of the matter is, it's more difficult to go ahead and get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. It's wishful thinking, but I mean, not only is it a process, but also you got to have people who are willing to fight Kathleen Kennedy. Okay. Someone that Kathleen Kennedy can't control, someone who doesn't have Kathleen Kennedy as a thorn in their side. All right. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. What do you think about the future of Lucasfilm? Do you think that Kathleen Kennedy can be fired? Do you think she will be fired? Or do you think that she's going to go ahead and retire? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you might have on this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you have done so already and you enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification so that way you notified future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.